Hey, and just want to start by congratulating you for joining Maximized Living here and becoming part of the Elevation Chiropractic family. Today I want to go over your home care kit, which includes your home care rehab exercises. Okay, and so for that, you're going to get a kit today that looks just like this. And I want to go through the portions here to make sure that you understand exactly how to set it up and start using it, so we make sure we help you get the best results that you came in for. Okay, so the very first thing that you're going to get inside this kit is going to be a wobble cushion. Okay, that wobble cushion is going to look just like this. Now, when you get it blown up, I want you to get it blown up so it's nice and round like this to make sure there's lots of room, lots of air in it. The more blown up it is, the more capable you have for improving that range of motion and really getting the mobility in there. Okay, what's awesome about the wobble cushion is that for those of you that come in with degenerative disc disease or arthritis, right, or I feel extra stiff, this is an excellent way of going about immobilizing the individual discs. When you mobilize those discs, it's going to drive fluid in there, which is going to start to improve the health of that disc. But as well, as we wobble like this, it actually improves cerebral spinal fluid motion, which means it gets that nutrients flowing to and from the brain and out to every single nerve. And so based on that, it's going to really start to make a big difference. Okay, with any single exercise you're going to do, you're going to have a prescription sheet just like this. Is going to tell you how many repetitions and how many sets to do every single day. When you start, I want you to start with a fraction of that and work up to it to make sure that we're not overdoing it in the beginning. So if it says 60 repetitions twice per day, you're going to start with 30 repetitions twice per day and work your way up to that. And if you're not sure the next day, you can do a little bit more to make sure that we're getting that mobilization in there. Okay, make sure as you're going, you're following the instructions very carefully. We want to make sure that you're getting these things done every day in order to ensure that we improve the mobility of your spine and we start correcting your spine back to that normal position. Okay, with that, when you get this, in order to blow this guy up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find that hole right there, and then pinch it just like so. Okay, and when you pinch it, what's going to happen is that's going to allow you to put this guy in like so. But then once you get to where you think it's to the bottom, you're going to push it a little extra further until you hear a click. That little click's going to tell you you're all the way in. The reason I tell you to pinch it is so instead of just pushing it right on the thing, you don't punch a hole through the backside of this guy. Okay, once you're able to do that, then you can blow it up to your desired inflatability there, and that will start allowing you to really get the mobility into your spine and start helping your spine heal better. The second thing you're going to have is a wall traction unit, similar to the ones you use here in the clinic, except for instead this one hangs over top of your door. Okay, it's going to come like this and like so. What I want you to do on account of that is basically you're going to take this guy right here, insert it through the black one. Okay, now what happens is that once you're ready, then you're basically taking it and you're just reinserting the black piece now into here, and it loops up like this. Okay, this guy goes now over top of your door. You want to do this so that you're doing it on the side of the door jamb. So when you put this over top of the door, close the door. If it has a lock, lock that door to ensure this guy doesn't come off, but it's quite secure at that point in time. Then what you can do is once it's over top of the door now, you can take this piece right here, and all you have to do now is just slide this one up until you get to that point where you've measured it out and it's just sitting right beneath your chin there. Okay, from there you can then pull this off, tie a knot off right there like so, and now your wall traction unit is set up for you to be able to start using on a regular basis. Okay, and what's awesome about this wall traction unit is going to serve two purposes. First purpose is as you're tractioning, that traction gaps the joints inside your neck there, which again, same thing, the wobble cushion is going to start to allow the motion and those discs to become more nutrient dense, as well as taking pressure off all those nerves. But on top of that, as you're doing that, it's going to start improving that curve or arc of life, as scientists call it. As we get that curve back in there, that's where we start to see the stress come off the spinal cord and health starts to become radically flowing in. And so between that as well as your visits here, we're going to make sure we get that curve back in place to help you get the health that you came in for. Okay, again, with this, you're going to start light, start up, and work your way up to the required amount of exercise or repetitions you're supposed to be doing. And then once you're done that, okay, then what you can do is you can leave this guy attached like this, but you're going to pull him off the door for your second exercise. And what's gonna happen is that you take it off like this, and you're gonna put it right around your neck like so, kind of like a necklace. Okay, and from here now, you're gonna see this is called the cervical traction. Right here, it's called the cervical traction pull on your exercises. Okay, and the way that's gonna work is it's either gonna say straight or 30 degrees, or it's gonna have very specific instructions here. Okay, so based on that now, you're gonna take this, and if you're all the way out here, you can roll it up like so, or if you have a knot already tied in there, it should be short enough to give you the required tension. And basically you're gonna take this guy right here, if it's at straight, you're pulling straight out like this. As you're pulling, I don't want you to push until you're shaking, just pushing out a good solid tension, and then what you're doing is you're tucking your chin and pulling your ears back over top of your shoulders. You're holding on for 5 seconds and then releasing. Holding for 5 seconds, or if it should be more or less, just notice there, it will say with that specifically, okay? Again, the purpose is to mobilize, strengthen the muscles, but as well start to pull that curve into place. If your thing says 30 degrees, then you're gonna go from here, and instead your pull is gonna be right around right here at 30 degrees, okay? And so start using that one, and these two exercises are gonna really start to help improve that curve, mobilize the spine, and really start to improve your health, okay? Last exercise for some of you, not all of you will have this exercise based on what your spine looks like, would be the head weight right here, okay? Your head weight's gonna come with the weights already inside of it, ready to go at the desired weight, okay? So because of that, you're gonna take this guy, you're gonna put it on kind of just like this in the form of a hat, okay? So with that, this big black part is gonna be at the front, right? Straps here on the top, not like this, right? And not like this. You're gonna put it on just like so. And as you put it on there, get it nice and secure and put it on your head there. Make sure it's nice and fastened, but not too tight. Too tight can cause a headache, okay? So once you get this on like this, I want you to be doing this while you're watching TV, while you're reading a book, whatever you can do where you're keeping your spine nice and straight like this, and you're able to pull your ears back over top of your shoulders to start strengthening these muscles. That passive molding, it's kind of like passive active molding. What it's going to do is it's going to pull your head back like that, and it's going to start actively activating these muscles back here, but at the same time it's going to start to transition your posture, okay? So based on that, you're going to hold this in a position where you're able to do something standard for whatever the 5 to 15 minutes is that you've been recommended. What I don't want to see you doing is texting, doing the dishes, anything like that, because that now defeats the purpose of wearing this weight. Okay, so it's gonna be back like this, over top of your shoulders, still looking straight ahead like so for the required amount of time. Okay, and so with that, should anything hurt along the way, we want you to stop and let us know so we can re-cater the exercises back towards that. So that's your roster of exercises. The last thing I'm gonna go over is now your sleep rolls. Again, things to be done while you're sleeping, okay? You've got a big one and a little one. The small one goes underneath the small of your low back. The big one underneath your neck, not up here at the top, but right above this bump that every single one of us has inside of our neck. It's gonna go literally right there, so when you wrap your head around it, your head still touches the mattress. You're gonna use this without a pillow, okay, lying on your back. The purpose behind this is so that when you are sleeping, what happens is everything in your body slows down. Digestion, heart rate, so on and so forth slows down. But your nervous system actually speeds up and starts healing everything. And so during that time, you want to have these rolls on, because then we can put your spine into the optimal curve position to allow that healing to flow and function at its greatest capacity to your body. Okay, on top of that, the passive molding that's going to happen there as you're lying overnight on these rolls is going to start to allow your spine to remold back into that better position. Okay, in the beginning, some of you, I already know, have started this before, and you've literally first night you're able to do it all through the night. Okay, most of you are going to take 1 to 2 weeks in order to start utilizing it and getting right through the night on these rolls. And so I want you to start with 30 minutes. Okay, if you can get to sleep in 30 minutes, terrific. If you can't, ditch them at that point in time, turn back on your side, go back to sleep on your normal pillow. Okay, but you want to start with 30 minutes lying there, getting your body used to it, and then if you can't fall asleep, ditch them at that point in time to make sure you still get a good night's rest, okay? And so with that, the biggest thing is that these exercises, repetition is key. right? Again, in order to get you the best changes possible, these things need to be done daily in order to make sure that we are moving your spine back into a better position, improving your nerve system function, and allowing your whole body to heal, which is going to help you get the results that you came in for. And so the biggest thing about it is just making sure you're on top of it, put it into a routine to make sure that it gets done so we can help you get the results you came in for. Again, thanks so much for being part of our family. We're excited to have you here. And for any questions, let the front desk know so that we can help you take care of that, okay? Thanks, guys.